Well, 10 o'clock, by the way.
Okay. Good morning. It is Monday, and we are 10 days away from this year's Business Ascension Symposium and Awards. And I'm absolutely delighted and over the moon. For me to be this happy on a 9 o'clock on a Monday morning says a lot. So let me introduce you to Buckso. Buckso, please tell everyone who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Hello, everybody. I am Buckso, based in Derbyshire, the Midlands, and I am all sorts of things. But I essentially am the person that brings the energy to your retreat, your event, your awards event, your corporate space. I am somebody that opens and closes spaces, and I also do one-to-one work. I also own a magazine, Spiritual Lifestyle Wellbeing magazine, within an ecosystem called House of Wisdom.
Lovely. Thank you, Buckso. I love what you're doing. So Buckso doesn't just do emceeing and speaking, she does have a whole spiritual community as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And if you haven't been in Buckso's world before, do go and get in. But something Buckso always leaves out here, and I think it's really important. She has a background in TV, acting, and she does tend to like kind of not embrace what she used to do anymore. She's like totally transitioned into the spiritual world. So Buck, so what was it that brought you into the spiritual world from a background of high visibility, commercialized and corporate space?
Well, I still sort of do that. I still do the acting. I went into it at 37, so quite late in life, but I have been an actress for the last 18 years and a speaker for, last 4 or 5 more so. And I still very much am in that space still. Spiritual world, I've been in that since I was 18, 19. I went to psychics from that age. I went to psychic fairs, everything I could do back then, which, let's be honest, for 35, 40 years ago, weren't very prevalent. They weren't everywhere like they are now. But I was massively into it then. And so, really, since Dad's death in 2020, I've gone massively into and connected into deeper space of myself within my spirituality. Not through choice, it was literally forced upon me. And the magazine itself, again, not something I was contemplating doing. It was forced upon me. It was made manifest through constant downloads and intuitive hits and being guided to spaces. And I would just say, look, send me the people that are going to help me to do it. You want me to do this? Send me the people that are going to help me to do it. And so it snowballed from there. The acting world is still there, but now I'm not tied to it because I used to always plan my life around it and always say to people, oh, pencil me in. Yeah, pencil me in because I might not be able to make it because I might get a gig. Now it's just very much like, no, this is what I'm doing. And everything else can work around it because I'm a massive believer in that what is meant for you will never pass you by, hell or high water. And for instance, a massive test for me, I booked my event 6th of June, Be More You. I think booked ages, months, a year. And I got an audition come through. I got the gig, wanted me to film in Ireland, but they wanted me to be over there for 2 weeks. And it just so happened to be those weeks over my event. Of course it did. And so I said, no, I can't. And I thought, because at the time there was a lot going on with the Dubai thing, with everything like the bombs going off and stuff like that. So air traffic, airplanes flying was very much a bit, ooh, don't know if I'm going to fly there. Ooh, shall I go or not? So they didn't want to have any issues. I mean, to be honest, I could have gone on a ferry. I'd have been fine on a ferry because you don't film all the time. You would have gone back and forth on the days you were needed, but they didn't want to risk any cast members not being able to get there, etc. And which I understand, but there is another way. I could have gone on a ferry, and I just let it go. The old me would have been like, "Oh my God, what have I done? I've not filmed anything for a year. Oh, that was foolish. Shouldn't have done that." Not one iota, not one jot of remorse. And that's when you truly know that you are fully empowered and in your space and the embodiment of everything that you say you are, unlike many people out there.
Well, let's not go down that rabbit hole,
We're not,
Buckstone.
we're
Go
not,
down there.
we're not.
Okay, so we are here today because obviously we're 10 days away from this year's Business Ascension, and you came along last year. So you've come back again for a second year to support, this time as MC, but also as an award category sponsor. So Buckso, tell me, what is it about this particular movement that I'm creating that's made you say I want to be a part of this?
Do you know, it's more about the people that are attracted to the room, isn't it? because we can go to lots of things that have got names and titles of the event, which initially are the reason you would look up and say, okay, that's for me. And I just really enjoyed the energy of it last year. I enjoyed what it was aiming to do. I liked where it was heading and the people that it was attracting in that space. And I've made some good connections from that space as well and continue to have that connection with them. So that for me is essential. I've gone to many events over the last 6 years and gone because of what the title was of the event. And I've never left a room with any connections. Is that because I wasn't working the room? I don't ever work a room. If there's a room of 50, 60 people, I'm going to speak to three of you. I'm going to build connection, deep connection with about three of you. I don't need to speak to all of you. So that's my MO, full stop. So I know it's not that. But actually, the individuals that run and host the events attract the people that they are. Okay. You attract where you're at. And obviously, that must mean that the people at those events maybe weren't my people. And so, why would I go back? Why would I go back? And this is where you have to become, in this day and age now, with so many events left, right, and center, private dinners. I'm all for the intimate thing, but it's almost like it seems one person says something and it becomes de rigueur. It becomes the norm. Oh, yes, intimate events, small numbers are the way forward. And everybody scurries around. Yeah, okay. I'm going to start doing events for 12 people, 13 people then. They don't actually think into what they feel. And I think for yourself, as somebody that continues to be and do what you said you were going to do, hell or high water, is admirable in itself. So that that should be supported.
Thank you. It was funny actually. One of my friends messaged me the other day, and they're like, "Why? Maybe you should just not do it if it causes that much stress, Vicky. Maybe you should just not do it." And my response is this: doesn't matter how much fucking stress it causes me, because that's on me. That's my response. That's my reaction to it.
Exactly.
But actually, I'm not building something for the sake of a business model. I'm building something for the higher good of everybody. And I'm changing, well, basically, I've broken UK history and I'm about to do it again for the second year. I'm not going to quit on that. I'm not going to quit on the people that need me to show up. I'm not going to have a complete meltdown and sit back in the corner and rock and say I failed, I didn't do it. I'm going to do the best I can with each moment that I've got to bring something to the space where people are no longer left out feeling like they don't fit in, even though they have a business, they're generating income. Some people are multi-millions, but because they're not in the business traditional space, they're just not recognized. Well, I say bollocks to that, and let's get people back in the forefront, because actually, if we can bridge this gap, if we can bring the spirituality into business and people actually understand it rather than going through, it's like there's different spiritual practices out there in the world, isn't there? There's so many different ones that you can follow. That doesn't make it spiritual. That's not what a spiritual business is. It's not run by different practices or methodologies. Like me and you've both created our own stuff, but it's actually about the connection to yourself and being able to trust that inner wisdom, that guidance, or that intuition that comes forward with an idea. It's those pieces that are completely disregarded because they get confused with the rituals that are out there in the world. And I think that's the difference of what I'm trying. No, I am doing, and I am creating that space where we're showcasing the magic of spirituality in business. And we're celebrating those people that have been for years shut down, ignored, and suppressed. So, yeah, I'm
And
not
don't
going to.
forget, and she's probably, your friend, she's not in the circuit. She's probably got a day job. And so she's only coming from a place of caring for you and thinking, well, why would you do something that stresses you out so much? Valid question. Very valid question. Why would anybody do something that stresses the fuck out of them? But actually, and we can't expect somebody to understand it that isn't in the field, as in that field. They're in that field over there, and they're like, but I don't know why you're staying over there. It's causing you so much hassle. And they won't understand, will they? You wouldn't go to a plumber about a joiner's problem, would you?
No, no. And I just think sometimes doesn't matter what role you have in the world, there are going to be elements of it that do bring stress because we're not strong in all areas. And I know for myself, there is still a part of me that just wants to keep everybody happy. So that people pleaser side of me is what brings out the stress part. And it doesn't matter how much I put that wall up, that resilience and everything else, there is still, because I'm a heart-centered person, I care. So there is and I think sometimes we can overcompensate in caring, and I think that is definitely not one of my strong, that's definitely one of my weaknesses.
Yeah, and I think that's what is a fall down for many people within the spiritual community, because you can care and it not actually have you twisted and tangled up in wires, right?
Yeah.
You can care because you then need to get to that space where you are so in your authority piece that it's unequivocal, and the person there after receiving it is very much clear on what the actual fuck is going on here right now. And, yes, I can see that they're trying the best. It's a me problem. And this is what
Yeah.
people need to recognize. It's always a me problem.
Yeah.
Always. But anyway,
It is. But running events isn't easy, is it, Buck? So you
it's
run
not
your
meant to
own
be.
events.
I mean, although saying that, it must be because it was on the flip side of that, I was going to say, yeah, it's not easy. It's not meant to be. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. But actually, everybody is doing it. So it must be easy.
There's just
And
so
this is
many
the
moving
thing.
parts with an event that
Oh,
I don't think we always consider. When you're an attendee, you just rock up and enjoy the
yeah,
day. But when you're the host and you're organizing everything, someone once said to me, it was a summit that I hosted, and she, at the end of the summit, she went, "Well done, because you have just herded a load of humans, and it's like trying to hurdle, it's trying to like bring cattle together. It's not an easy job trying to keep everyone in the right kind of line and road and track." And I was like, "No, it's not. But this is what we do, isn't it?" So, Buxo, you are going to be emceeing for us on the day. You are going to
yeah.
be bringing the vibe, the
Bringing the
energy,
energy.
um,
Absolutely.
bringing everyone into the room, which is just going to be awesome. What are you most looking forward to throughout the whole event?
I think because I never go anywhere with a preconceived idea of how I'm going to. Okay, you've given me a sheet of things that I need to adhere to, which I will aim to do, I promise you, to the best of my ability. But timing is a big thing for me. I am a stickler for timing. I don't like to be late, even though I was late for our call this morning. I don't like it. I don't do it regularly. And that's what I expect other people to also appreciate and respect. So I'm looking forward to being the embodiment of what I expect everybody else in that room to be. Where people are coming together within this space, saying that they are A, B, and C. And I like to bring that out of them. I like to challenge them on the fact that they say they're A, B, and C. And it's like, are you? Because I think you're a bit more D, E, and F. And, have a joke with them about it. Bring the humor into it. Bring the depth of connection, because that's what is missing in a lot of events, is the stage never connects with the audience. They
Yeah.
just don't do it because there's not many people out there that are prepared to be as vulnerable as I am when I speak. And I don't mean from this bloody wound. I don't mean like boo-hoo. I don't appreciate that sort of attempt at connection. Feel sorry for me, please. Don't go for that. It's actually the embodiment and it being something that is giving the person the sense of, my God, possibility. So somebody can sit there and listen to what I've got to say and say, fucking hell, she did all that. Because people are very quick to make me extraordinary. Oh, it's all right for you, Buckso, you're an actor. So I'm just going to sit back and carry on being fucking useless in my life because, well, she's an actor, so I don't stand a chance anyway. And it's like, how dare you? Don't, no, you don't get to do that. I'm a middle child of 6 kids to first generation Indian immigrants that had fuck all growing up and no GCSEs, but I still got to where I am. What's your excuse? That's my fucking thing. And I don't talk about my heritage or upbringing much because I've never been one to use tags and identities to make a point. But I feel now is the right time because far too many people are getting it twisted about me. They're thinking I'm okay because I've been an actor and then I'm just going to paint over that and not listen to anything else she's got to say now because I've decided through a judgment that she's is she who she is because she's an actor. No, 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 not going to do it. So that's essentially what I'm looking forward to is speaking the truth and giving a few pokes in a few ribs. Sorry. Didn't know that,
Great.
did you?
Okay. So Buxo's coming to my event as the MC, and she's going to poke and prod everyone to
I'm
really
gonna
fucking
fuck you
irritate
up.
them. Brilliant. Oh, I know what I've done now. Thanks, Buxo. Yep. Not regretting my decision one little bit here.
Listen,
Jeez.
I'll fully
Well, you're going to
respect.
get triggered to fuck. Okay. No,
I'll,
it's
I'll fully
fine.
respect. I'll fully respect the boundaries. Look, I'm just going to be who I am, and
Yeah,
that
I
does
know.
cause a few issues with some people because I don't know them from Adam, and if something affects them from something I've shared, then that's definitely an invitation to go and check that shit out. Because
You know
how do
what
I know?
though? I think the room we were in last year is going to be very similar to the room we're in this year, and I don't think people are going to respond negatively to how we work, because
Why would they?
they're in the same mindset. They're in this,
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that came away from last year's event was actually the people were in the room. It was like coming home and finally feeling safe, finally feeling welcome, finally feeling like there's somewhere they belong. And one of the attendees actually put on my Facebook post the other week that she cried all the way home because for the first time she felt like she was fully accepted as herself in a space where she'd never received it. And for me, that's what I'm really looking forward to more than
And do you
anything,
know what
bringing
that
those
is?
people together.
Do you know what that is? It's because she allowed herself. She gave herself the permission to put her barriers down, put her guard down, allow whatever needed to come into her, and trust the space.
But
And
she
that
was
was
in a safe
created.
space.
Correct.
That's
And
the
that was
difference.
created. And
The
that was
space was
created.
being created to
Yeah.
hold that, whereas a lot of spaces are not created to hold that.
They don't care. A lot of people don't care. They say they
Yeah.
do, but they don't care about that. They want your money. They want your arse on the seat. They want you to sponsor. They want you to fucking do that and cover my costs so I can just put this event. They don't give a fuck. And that's the problem. It's prevalent out there.
Well,
And
I
I can
do give a
smell
fuck,
it.
thank you. That's why we're
I'm not
doing
talking
things
about you.
differently.
I'm not talking about you. That's what I'm saying. We don't need to say that. That's a given. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying this. But yeah, this is a problem. People don't care enough. And people aren't discerning enough about what event they're going to. They're too bothered about being with the in crowd. They're too bothered about being seen on a photo with Tom, Dick, and Harry because it gives them what? Fucking don't even get me started, mate.
We're
Don't.
not going to get you started on your soapbox. We're going to just embrace the fact that we're 10 days
Just
away
wait.
from this
Just
year's
wait till
event.
the 9th of July. Listen, it's all coming out there. We're going to hold the truth up in
Oh,
such a light. It's going to
yeah.
blind. So bring a pair of shades, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, because we're activating that light within, aren't we? We are going to be
Defo.
exploding. And one thing I have said quite consistently is you will not be coming in the same frequency that you leave, and that
You
is what I'm
can't.
really excited about as well. So yeah.
You can't because how can you come into a room that's when you look at the concept of resonance and you've seen it in YouTube videos, they make a sound with this hertz, then something else is hit that's at a higher frequency, and this matches that. It has to, and that's what's going to happen on the day. I'm bringing the frequency. Everybody in that room is bringing their frequency. Any low-level frequency that might have snuck in because somebody doesn't know that they're carrying it is going to be blasted into the fucking atmos. Right.
Absolutely. We are going to be kicking ass, bringing people back into who they are and accelerating them, expanding them to ascension. I can't wait.
And I highly recommend people give themselves a day off the day afterwards if they're not staying for the VIP day. Why aren't you for a start? Because it's going to be like fucking 10x what happens on the day before. But you really need to not give yourself anything to do the day after. A couple of days. Give yourself the weekend off if you can and chill because you need it to integrate.
Yeah.
You really do.
Okay, Buckso, you're also one of our award category sponsors this year. As an award category sponsor, you are covering the PR and media for Conscious Leaders.
Conscious, yeah.
Conscious PR and media, amazing.
Yep.
So you'll be delivering that award to whoever's won it on the evening. How exciting is that?
Cannot wait because this is not spoken about enough as well. Conscious PR, not fucking box ticking PR. Can I get on Hello Magazine, please? Can I get in Psychologies? That's not conscious PR. For spiritual entrepreneurs, that is not the way forward. Do not try to keep putting yourself in them boxes of what you think society assumes we should be doing. The more you find your voice and connect to the truth of who you are, the more visible you'll become authentically and attract the right people that way because you're doing it from a place of consciousness, right? It's a win-win situation. That's sustainable. You don't need to fake it. There's no effort involved. That's conscious PR.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to see who's going to be in. Well,
I have no idea. Actually.
I've got no idea who the winners are. None.
I have no idea the categories are either. Who's in there? Was that listed somewhere, by the way, that I could see?
No, we didn't. We didn't list finalists because we've taken a completely different approach this year. So we didn't do a public vote. We did a client testimonial vote. The client testimonial, we had over 407 client testimonials.
That's amazing.
Fucking amazing. I can't wait to share them. Honestly, I can't wait to share them. It's going to take a lot of my marketing time, but I promise you it's going to be amazing.
It'll be worth it because this is not done. And people don't ask for testimonials. The ones that are in spiritual entrepreneur world, I just love what I do. Tough shit. Get the testimonials. And this is going to be great now because they can use that as content.
Absolutely.
They can put that in there. They just ask.
Yeah, so we didn't do a public vote, we did a client testimonial vote. We didn't list the finalists because I believe if they want to be showcased, they can share their graphic with us, we can share and we can tag.
That's
Not
it.
everybody wants that visibility, and I'm not going to
That's
force it
it.
upon them.
Yep.
So we've taken a different approach to the awards this year. Obviously, you don't need to be in the room to win. We've made that an option
Great.
because we didn't want to. Well, we said we'd trial it this year and see how we get on.
Yeah.
So we'll
Because
just see
then you
what
can make these
happens.
awards international.
But I have made them
There you
international.
go.
I have
Yeah.
made them international. So
As in like nominees, people
yeah,
entering.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyone can join. So we have the online option and then we have the in-person option.
Maybe it should be
So
called the International Business Ascension Awards. Just saying.
slow it down there, Buckso. Slow it down. I'm only just getting my wings spread in the UK. Let's see how this goes.
It's
But
the macro thinking. I can't help it.
no, I love it. Thank you. And I love the fact that you're making me think bigger as well. So good.
Yeah.
But we are an international, we're not just a UK based. We're the first in the UK to be delivering this, but we're not just for UK. We do want to expand. So anyhow, Buckso, this brings us to the wrapping up of this interview this morning. If there was something you could say to somebody today that might encourage, inspire, or get them off the fence and into the room, what would it be?
Well, essentially, there's a reason that they have this resistance, and they've got to make sure that they are asking themselves, where is that coming from? Am I concerned about offending my peers? Am I concerned about offending friends or business associates? Or am I actually genuinely not interested? Well, you wouldn't be on the fence if you weren't interested. I always encourage people to live in the question. They have their thought processes, they're habitual in their thinking, they do things reactively constantly in their life, like I used to. And I'm inviting them to actually take a moment, take a pause, because we're going into retrograde now, right? Tomorrow. And the full moon tomorrow. There's a lot of shit going on. You need to let go of whatever's in the way of making you make that choice. People are deadline dancers. They always think there's a better thing to do, or I might have something better to do on the day, right? Listen, just commit to something for once. Commit to something and be openly scared. If you are, that's a lot of things. See, the fear or love that we operate from. You're operating from fear right now if you're thinking that it's something that you're not going to be benefiting from. Have a conversation. Ask anybody that's coming to the event as a speaker or a sponsor. Have a chat with Vic. Just go into the DM and ask a question, and stop being a follower. Stop being a sheep in your life if you want things to change for yourself, and start actually finding out the truth for yourself, and not what shit you read on social media or yeah. I don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying?
I do. It's amazing. And I think sometimes the reservation can be it's the fear of the unknown with this event
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't know what we're bringing in. And I hope you haven't scared anyone off, Buxo, where you're going to poke and prod them. But
Listen, we're only going to scare off the people that have got something that's in them. That's
no, I'm
true.
joking. So it is a case of, what's going to happen when I come to this event. And I think that a lot of people are a little bit apprehensive because they're used to going to conferences and sitting and taking notes, and they might do a little bit of, visualization work or whatever. Whereas we're not. We're taking this to the
It's
depth of your
immersive.
fucking core, and we're actually
Yeah.
exposing you.
It's immersive.
So
It's a journey you're on. And
yeah,
that is scary to people. They're like, fucking hell, what does that look like? What does that mean? Listen, I respect a person's personal space. And anybody
yeah.
that says, oh, please don't talk to me today, that's fine. I'm not even going to look at you. You
No,
won't even
no problem.
exist.
It's like I've
I
made a
can't
rule,
see
like
you.
on the day of the event, I'm like, don't hug me. Don't hug me.
Mhm.
Because if you set me off, my mascara's going to run and I can't have any tears. Let
Get
me.
some false lashes on them. Forget the mascara, false lashes.
Oh, I can't do that. I just can't. It's just not for me. Right. Thank you so much, Buxo. Well, I'm going to see you in 10 days in person. I will give you a squish, obviously.
Obviously,
Buxo's going to
Wednesday
be
night. Let's do it Wednesday night when I
yeah,
arrive.
yeah. So Buxo's the MC. She's going to be keeping your high vibe, and she's also one of our award category sponsors. So if you are new to Buxo's world, go follow her, go check her out, go and get involved with the House of Wisdom. Go and check out the magazine. It's available digitally, isn't it?
Download it for free. House of Wisdom, it's written there, HAUS,
There you go.
houseofwisdom.com. Get it downloaded for free and become a contributor. Let's have a chat.
Amazing. Right, go check out Buxo. We do have some tickets left. If you do want to get involved, do want to be a part of this amazing vibe, I can see me and Buxo are going to be vibing all fucking day on the 9th. So get in the room, come and enjoy some humour and actually see that There is no difference between spirituality and business. We're all just one flipping human choosing different ways of leading forward. Mwah. Speak to you soon.
Okay.